Never give up. Yeah. No matter what it is in life that you want, you gotta go out there and get it. Just don't let it come to a sleeper but a dream. Never give up on your goals. Stay focused on you. Focus your view. Succeed, cause I'm hoping you do. Keep climbing up the ladder, cause the key to success.
What's up, team? This is Robert Porter and Ipiani Lockhart with the I Love San Bernardino County radio show on KCA NBC 106.5 FM, 1050 AM, where we will talk politics, culture, and history. We're back, team. What's up, Ipiani?
What's good?
Chilling, brother. How about yourself, Trey?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you guys for having me here today.
No
This
problem,
is going to be a great show today. It's going to be a little bit about us and a little bit about you, Trey. But before we get into that, Yanni, what's been going down?
You know what? Blessed to be alive. Had a lot of wonderful things happen over the past weekend. Shout out to the Inland Empire Black Workers Center. They had their art event out, Art Expo the other day, last Friday, I should say. Participated in that, submitted some photography. First time getting my work printed out, my actual photography camera, right? I've had stuff printed out from my cell phone camera. But it was good. I didn't win the contest, but it was nice just to submit it and to be in an art space focused on African-American art and African-American creatives. So many talented people there. And then our standout of the week, shout out to the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce for their Black Renaissance art installation that they have.
Lou Dowdy?
Lou Dowdy, Rich Wallace, you know what I mean? Over there at San Bernardino County.
Movers and shakers
yes,
right
indeed.
there.
Yes, indeed. You know, so it was nice to, it was an Arthur Spotlight event this past Saturday. So me, a lot of people I know, Portia Dillard, Miss Sheila, and a few others, showcase our books and everything like that.
That's how it's supposed to be, team. When you have friends in the community that have things to offer, you don't really always need to go somewhere else to get talent. You know, if we showcase our own, you know, it does nothing but help. And I appreciate what Lou has been doing, man.
Definitely,
I really do.
definitely. Shout out to Lou doing so much. I think they have one of her hip hop ciphers. I think it's coming down the pipeline. Just doing a lot.
That stuff is so hard to do, to put that stuff together.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just don't do it.
That's very true.
So to just make the opportunity for artists to actually get showcased is just pure awesomeness.
Mm-hmm. But on the other side of the coin, what have you been up to, brother?
Yeah, let us know.
Well, to be honest, with my free time, I've been spending it in the garden.
Okay.
I mean, I have, I do a lot of different things, but in my real free time that I actually just keep to myself, I've just been in the garden, digging out the weeds, getting ready for the spring coming up, doing some mega art, really trying to fine tune how I'm going to write my next book.
Yeah.
And
awesome. Nice.
found some incredible stuff lately. So I do want to give a shout out to the city of San Bernardino for their New Year's Day.
The Lunar New Year?
The Lunar New Year,
yeah.
Okay.
And then also give a shout out to the Garcia Center for the Arts.
Yes.
And all the events that they've been doing over there,
Exactly.
right? It kind of sucks that they didn't get the community district
Designation,
that they wanted, but that's not going to stop them, that's for sure.
Because that's where my mindset went. I said, what's preventing us from doing it ourselves? Identifying businesses on Mount Vernon that be willing to have a mural installed on their thing, make it a community event. I was saying I wish the city would take the lead on it, and find some monies to support the materials the material costs for the paintings and the murals, right? And let's make a beautification day out of it for the city we designate our own art corridor. It would have been nice to get that funding. That was the main thing, right? To get that money, but just because we didn't get the money, we still have the artists and the gumption that we should still manifest this. And if we do it that way, it may attract money in the futures, you know?
And that's what really keeps these organizations afloat, right? That little bit of money they can get whenever they can get it.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
I do want to give a shout out. If it's the infrastructure within the city mechanism and government that they need to make the district, like maybe an art. Department in the city, but maybe might throw out Michael, maybe a art and history department within the city.
Okay.
And then we just use the same commission we got right now to fund that, not fund it, but work within that, because a lot of the art is historical.
Yeah.
Right. So I do understand that we do need modern art and,
Totally.
and like, fresh new murals and all that
Yes,
stuff. But
indeed.
also, once you make that piece of art, it's historical.
There you go.
Yeah.
Film history.
So like that's like we had an issue in the past where we wanted to divide the commission, or they wanted to divide the commission. I didn't want to do that, and I still think that history has more power with art, right? And like you take history away from art, and then all of a sudden you take away all the youth and everything that was, So like I'd rather keep them together if we could.
I hear
but
you.
I could see a department within the city just dedicated to our arts and history, and that. And that might be in our future. So I'd be willing to work with anyone at the Garcia Center that is
Totally.
interested in taking those next steps. And that would probably be a charter change or at least get the city to change the makeup of the commissions. And you have to make a new department, which might cost money.
But
Yeah.
and all that might not even be necessary. So
Well-
maybe we should explore, see what options that we do have. Because if we can do this just through people power, volunteer power,
That would be
and a
awesome.
little bit of monies for the art supplies, or even do a GoFundMe from the community for the beautification of the city.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we could, the city could get behind, and maybe even one of the board of soups. Joe Baca Jr. might.
If you can get the county behind it, wow,
That's
that's
what
a
I'm
lot of
saying.
money
You
there.
know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like then we're good.
Yeah.
I was just like when I was listening to Miriam, I kind of I do see a future for a district in our city. So I wish them the best, and if they need our help or they want to do some more shows on it or whatever, let's
Totally.
talk about this.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, like, one of my questions I want to ask is, why do you think we haven't had that yet?
Great question.
Well, they mentioned that well, probably because no one's actually took the time to
read.
actually and fill out the paperwork to do it, right? But beyond that, it's because the city. They said the city doesn't have the infrastructure necessary to support a district. So whatever that takes, I guess those are the steps that will be necessary. But I just want to give them props because they're
Totally.
way
Absolutely.
farther than anyone else has been. And
Totally.
Yeah.
we'll keep moving on this. I also got to mention Chubsy Smashburger,
sponsors,
who
totally.
sponsored Ford
Okay.
Standout of the Week. And
Yes, indeed.
I went over there yesterday and talked to Vic, and he was kind enough to, he always gives us a good deal on the burgers, but he loves my mama, and he always is super nice to her, and they even waved her, as she stayed in the car, they even
Yeah.
waved her
Oh,
all out
that's
in the
nice.
car.
Yeah.
So I do
Beautiful.
appreciate the kindness and love from there.
One thing that I want to pivot to a certain extent is to our engineer E Money, and he recently had a smash burger himself, and would love to hear your honest review, brother. And then as well as how can people listen in to the show as well.
Yeah, because I'm mad hungry, man. I might get a burger after this.
I definitely would say a 5 out of 5, or 5 smash patties out of 5 smash patties.
You can get a 10 patty if you ask.
Awesome thing. I'm gonna have to try it. Thanks again. I want to say appreciate that, and shout out to Vic and all the good stuff he does over there.
He didn't get you a 10 patty?
You know what? Unfortunately, Apiani doesn't like me that much. Apparently,
He just got 2 extra jalapenos, huh?
I got a double.
he got me the OG classic, so I know how awesome it is. And then you can also check out all of our shows on the KCAA app on the just download Google on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Type in KCAA and you can tune in from Paris, France to Paris, California.
Fumai.
Oh, oui.
You're smooth with it, brother.
Gotta love it. I'd like to also mention our sponsors, Golden Pizza and Wings over on Olive and Waterman and Golden and Highland. And if you go to the Olive and Waterman store, they have a deal. $7.55 plus tax for a large pepperoni or cheese pizza for takeout only. But sincerely a good deal, considering that, if you go to Domino's, man, you can't get out there for $40-50, it feels like sometimes,
Yeah.
man.
What the hell are you ordering?
Right.
Well, look,
The menu
Man, that price is only for one pizza, man.
for a slice.
Oh
That's
my
just
God.
a slice.
That's diabolical, brother.
But yeah, we just did a video on I Love San Bernardino Instagram on Golden Pizza, and then put the fare in there too, man. It did so good. So head over to Golden Pizza, show them some support. They're helping us out to maintain this
Thank
show, so we got to help them back. I also like to mention PAL Charter Academy, 2450 Blake Street, 909-887-7002, and get a hold of them at info@palcenter.org. Now, this is important, team. If you got kids that need a good foundation, you want them to get a little bit ahead of the rest of. This is a great place to start because they have programs in videography, culinary, sports training,
yeah.
like all. I mean, academics.
And they have some vocational trades there
yeah,
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it really does have everything you need for a well-rounded education as a youngster. So,
And the pitch that I want to put out there, because when I graduated from San Bernardino High School, go Cardinals, I wasn't aware of Job Corps, right? Now Job Corps, rest in peace. Hopefully we'll bring it back once we get another administration that sees value in training our population and skill sets that can provide a living wage and provide for their families. But if I would have knew about Job Corps, it was like, they pay you to learn a skill, right? And that's what I think of the Powell Center, right? Where they have vocational trades and stuff, because not everyone's going to go to college. Not everyone's going to afford college.
Right.
yeah, they have the automotive too. Just
the
recently
automotive.
saving that. Yeah, we need
Totally.
mechanics
We
right
really
now,
do.
and honest ones.
We're going to be
Yeah.
driving cars into the foreseeable future. Plumbing, as long as you have people living in buildings, there's going to be plumbing, electrical,
I'm
construction.
a plumber myself by trade. Yes, but I come from a family of what they call poop diggers. You could say poop on the radio, right? Yeah, find me something I can say, team.
Or feces flingers.
Yo,
Yeah.
y'all taking a risk tonight, man. Like, what? Let's keep it at number 2.
FCC, leave us alone.
Yeah, pal, you're awesome. Thank you, team. That's pretty much what we got for our sponsors and everything, Yanni. Is there anything else you can think of that coming up in the future here?
Well, not so much the future, but I would love to share our thoughts on God rest the soul of Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
He just recently passed away last Tuesday. And just wanted to hear people's thoughts and reflections on his legacy and what he did. And I'll model it. I'll start. I'm had the honor of meeting Mr. Reverend Jackson when he came out here and spoke in the Dino probably about 7-8 years ago. He came out and a lot of the pastors and stuff were there. I was doing, how we do go out in the community highlight events. So I was taking pictures and all that jazz. So I have some pictures of him as well. But I love the Rainbow Push Coalition. I love his motto when he was running for president, when I am somebody, and I think that's empowerment for all of us, especially in this country in the times that we're in, where so many things seek to lessen our value and worth, right? Or erase our contributions, right? That we are somebody, I am somebody, right? And keep hope alive. It's something that we definitely have to be doing nowadays, depending on where you're at. But for me, I see that, it's so important to protect our hope, protect our joy, our happiness, because it seems like there's, in my opinion, a dark, negative, racist force.
Yeah, you gotta take care of it.
Yeah.
Did you?
Get you. Yeah, because coming from North Carolina A&T State University and having witnessed something like that from an outside point of view, I don't know him personally, right? But the historical moments that he provided not only to our campus but to our country has been
Running for president?
Yeah,
That was so
like,
incredible.
what? Yeah.
I still remember that as a kid.
Yeah, see,
And like paved the way for Barack Obama in the future.
And Miss Harris, Vice President Harris.
yeah,
Yeah.
and just a bunch of allowing a bunch of civil rights movements to take place in the most productive in a way of educating ourselves live in person, right?
Right up.
We had a physical person that was allowing us to see this is what history is in the making of taking care of our generation and preserving future generations in our spaces.
Beautiful. Well said. Well said. How about yourself, Robert?
My personal experience with Reverend Jesse Jackson was he came to Cal State to speak in the late 90s. My roommate happened to be the president of the Young Republicans
Okay.
at the time.
okay.
At the time, I wasn't politically affiliated. I really didn't understand that stuff very well. But I still knew that Jesse Jackson was a great man. And, I knew politics, but I didn't understand, how evil it could kind of get, right?
Oh yeah, man, yeah.
And the story I want to share is that my old roommate took it there. Like he went after Jesse Jackson personally with some letters and stuff that he was passing out to everybody. But what I want to share is not that. is the way that Jesse Jackson reacted. He said that he has the right to protest. He has the right to say his opinion. And he never stopped him from passing out those papers. So, like, to me, I'm like, wow, right? To be able to accept that there is an opposition shows that you are truly a great man.
You know, and we need to see that practice nowadays, right? Because everyone has the right to vote who they vote for, support who they support. But we have to be respectful and know that at the end of the day, we all reside in this country, and I believe we have more in common than differences. And I believe that we, in general, kind of want the same thing. Because like I say all the time, I've never met anybody that says like, oh, I want to live in an impoverished, violent neighborhood. I've never met anybody that said that. Everyone's concerned about safety for their families. Most people are concerned about being able to provide a living, getting a quality job where they can provide for their families.
Putting food in our bellies.
Yeah, putting food in our bellies, taking care of your children, and making sure that our children and our legacies and our youth have opportunities to have a brighter future
And have worth.
To have worth, you know. So so I will go to the grave. I will go to glory, believing that we have more in common than differences. And I just really think it's incumbent on each of us as individuals to recognize the humanity in one another. You know?
And Reverend Jesse Jackson, rest in peace. And
Amen.
Yeah,
I'd like to dedicate this show to him.
Beautiful.
And it being Black History Month, I forgot my history piece.
Okay.
Yeah, like we just did. But we'll take it. We'll take
Definitely.
it. We'll take it. But it is African American history here in San Bernardino has very, very deep roots.
Yes, indeed.
And if you're interested in that type of stuff, go to I Love San Bernardino Raw Reporter. Just Google history, and a lot of that history will pop up because Lizzie, and there's a couple more that are quite integral in the very beginning of San Bernardino, like right when everybody first came, the Western.
I remember how listening to you, and you will read from some of the books about the history of San Bernardino, about the Chinatown that was here, and the many different cultures, knowing how the Mormons, established the city and everything like that. So it's a rich history in the heart of the biggest county in the country.
We a
San Bernardino
melting
County.
pot. I
Hey,
love
now.
that song. They made us sing that at Riley Elementary when we
There
were
you go.
kids. Yeah.
Melting pot.
Yeah.
Now you're singing smoking pot.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe just a little. Well, honestly, that is super awesome. It seems like, we had a very good last couple weeks. We had a little time off. Now we're going to find out a little bit about, why do you have bullets on your wrist? Are those camera rolls, actually?
I wish,
Is that
but they're not.
is that
Lock and
film
load.
in there?
Each of them are batteries. Nah, I'm kidding. Nah. Nah.
Yeah, they'll charge you up all right.
Oh my God, yeah, and they'll get you a charge too.
That's right. Let's start with your name and how'd you get that incredible hat?
Absolutely, yeah. So my name is Trey G. Riley. I'm known as the bounty hunter of videography.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I feel like we
Come on,
It's a
man.
Karate Kid.
Yeah, but instead of hating it, I love it here. You feel me?
Yeah,
yes, yeah. This hat was designed by a guy from Spain, and he's known as Y Hats. He customized all his hats and travels around the world, and not only delivers it amongst some people, but he also travels to people who are interested in his styles. And he came to LA, and I was like, hey, I gotta work with you, man. I gotta have something that's different.
Yeah.
So he customized it, took all these specs, and then he added his own flavor.
Okay.
And now I have my initials, on the side.
Yeah, I see the brand.
Yeah.
It's legit, man.
Yeah.
There's a lighter in there, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So I didn't add any fluid to it yet, but it's the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
Zippo for real.
Yeah, because if somebody needs a little lit,
Yeah.
I got you.
There you
I
go.
got you. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I got you, bro.
Let's talk after the show.
But definitely.
After the show.
On that, if you could kind of give us like your backstory, your origin story to say.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, so born and raised in Orangeburg, South Carolina, raised in a military family of Marines.
Were there oranges there?
No, I didn't find any oranges at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I found a bunch of cheese pizza because I love cheese pizza. Yeah.
Shout out to Golden Pizza.
Come on now. Yeah, so growing up in that space, I was raised in the ability to serve, right? So raised in North Carolina, went to North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, where I became the first theater arts major to commission the United States Air Force in that university.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Leading by example.
You know, and it was leading by example, all right. I had to take so many courses that were unknown to me because they never had a student like me go through that process.
Awesome.
But fast forward, started my active duty in the United States Air Force, did active duty for 6 years.
Awesome.
Got out of that, and now I'm doing part-time in the Air National Guard here in California.
Awesome.
So
Well, thank you for your service.
Yes,
sir.
indeed. You and your father.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. And so while doing it part-time, now going full-time into my videography and my acting. So what inspired me to become the bounty hunter is
Crocodile Dundee.
no. This is a knife, yes. But what inspired me to do that was I kept getting asked for so many last minute shoots. And it got so frustrating to the point where I charge people higher than my original prices. If you want to get this shot, you gotta pay the right price.
Right.
You
Premium.
feel me?
That makes sense.
No, premium.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah. And then on top of that, I love the structure that the military provided for me to make sure I had all my resources on place. I'm always on time.
There you go.
And I don't leave until the mission gets done.
like
You
that.
feel
I
me?
like it.
And so what I did, and what broke the ice was that I was so sick and tired.
This is what happens when your dad's a Marine and you go into the military. Like, how do you get that perfect? I might be able to do stuff like that. Anyways, keep going.
No,
Sorry to interrupt.
you're good. But what broke the ice for me to say I had to make a difference was two things. One, I am moving to Los Angeles, where the area is so saturated by photographers and videographers. How am I going to look different, right?
You gotta
Differentiate.
find a celebrity.
No, well, I can tell you a little something about that later on.
There you go.
But the number two thing was I was so sick and tired of carrying bags. I was so tired of it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what? I want to be able to move. So I said, okay, let me go into Tactical 511. Let me build myself a suit. I want to be like the Tony Stark.
There you
of it
go.
all, right?
There you go. I like that.
Yeah, so I was in an Airbnb because I didn't have a place to stay at the time, and I'm just going to different shops. I'm like, okay, what can make this work? I need something to hold my batteries. I need something to hold my camera. I need something to hold my speakers. Anything that is just
Do you have your pinchers of power? The pinchers of power.
No, that's on reserves. And so I spent so much money putting all of this together on a vest, and
It looks, dude,
awesome.
that looks like kind of a little scary. like you're military.
And he.
I know. Like,
come on, man, thank you. You know,
like, but it's not it's like more like a respect scary. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
Yeah,
It has
absolutely.
presence.
Yeah.
It has presence.
Yeah, so and that's what inspired it all. So I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going to keep getting calls last minute, I don't want mission to fail. I'm gonna be the bounty hunter out here. Every video and every person, everything is a target, and I'm gonna get that shot.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
let's hire your boy.
There you go. Beautiful. That's beautiful. And if you could share with our audience, how long have you been doing photography for, and what drew you into photography?
Okay, great, man. So yeah, I've been doing photography and videography for 13 years independently. What inspired me to get into that was my acting career.
Okay.
So as actors, we audition a lot, constantly, right? We had to build our reels to make sure we're in the right eyes of the casting directors and our agencies. The problem that I had, at least during college, was I had nobody knowing how to shoot me correctly. Like, I want to be seen as this actor or seen as this character, but it looks so basic, you know? Now, auditions, it's just do your performance and that's it. But I wanted to take things to the next level, right? You never know who's watching. So it made me mad that I can film people exactly what they're looking for, but not for me. So I will go on YouTube And I started with an iPad. Only had an iPad, that's all I could afford. And I just taught myself, well, how do I record? How do I get myself the image, the style that I'm looking for? And I just kept going. And the more that I filmed myself for my auditions for these shows that I'm auditioning for, the other actors start asking, well, hey, can you film me like this? Can you help me for my audition?
Yeah.
And now my iPad is now being used throughout campus, you know?
Yeah.
Then
There you
it
go.
took things to the next level. I bought myself a Canon.
Okay.
And then I started shooting music videos. And then that just inspired me to go from there. But as much as I love the military, I just didn't have enough time to fully engulf myself into the style. But I told myself I didn't want this to be a hobby. I want this to be a career.
Awesome.
You know? So that's what drove it. Started from my iPad, and now I'm rocking Sony's, baby.
There you
You
go.
feel-
So a while back, I think it was Anthony Victoria.
Okay.
Yeah, he told me that there was this guy who had a bow tie that like he wears a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was his signature for being a photographer. So everybody knew who he was because he had that bow tie.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
they kept saying that about me because of my camera, like keeping it on all the time.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
yeah.
But like, you have that same thing though. You have made a persona, just like Yanni has. Like you like you created a persona. Like that makes it's more fun to smile for a photographer that's actually cares.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear
yeah.
you.
Because a lot of us, as photographers and videographers, we're known to be behind the scene, obviously, right? But we now live in a generation where if we don't know who's shooting us, we're going to be hesitant to work with them. What's your personality? How am I going to gel with you on set? you know?
And that is so key. That the vibe check, right? Are we compatible? Does the energy match? Because if the energy's off, it's hard to pull. When you do photography, and I imagine the same thing for videography, especially portraits and things like that, you want to make the people feel comfortable.
100%.
And that's conversation. That's getting to learn and know about people, you know. And I think our interviewing tactics and things that we utilize out there really makes a difference. Being a people person definitely makes a difference.
100%, and all credit and love to those who want to be reserved, who wants to be introverts and stuff like that. That's totally fine. But to adapt, you have to learn the psychology of the people that you're working with, which is exactly what you're talking about here. I feel like I need to get a degree of clinical psychology at this point because, like you said, before we even take the camera, how do you feel? What's your style? What you're working for? What's your element?
Yeah.
If you're emotionally connected, like you said, the whole process will drive so well, and that's how you create premier content.
You're exactly. It's like the photographer has become the performer.
Yes, yes, and this is where my acting and my videography comes into play.
There you go.
know, I may not be in front of the camera all the time, but when I'm behind the camera, I'm still performing.
Yes.
You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go, there you
Shoot.
go.
Like sometimes I try to turn it off. Like like,
Yeah.
my girl can only take so much. Like my mama.
Robert,
I mean, I've been selling the tickets to my comedy show for a while, but I haven't sold many tickets.
It's
well, you
all
got
good.
another sale right here.
There you go. Two. There you go.
So we got three.
So I have
Hey,
I
buddy.
have a super cool question. Like, what's the best thing or the most interesting thing or the most favorite thing you've ever done your photography on?
Going to the slums of Africa.
What? Like, what? Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what? No, be a little more specific.
shanty towns, huh?
You know, more specific. What country?
Kenya.
Okay.
The second largest slums in the world. And we were out there for a couple of days, and we went to visit some students out there. And for 2 weeks, we were filming a documentary, exploring the wonders of the land, bringing transparency. But those particular days were very important to me because we witnessed the struggles that people.
What is there even a comparison to the unhoused here in the United States to the poverty they live in there?
It's so much worse.
Okay.
You can see the passion in their eyes that they really want to do better.
And there's just no
The
opportunity.
government is just not helping them at all. It's
very
not.
sad.
Yeah. And-
That's amazing that you did this. This is cool.
yeah.
To learn about that.
Absolutely.
Because that's scary for me. Were you scared at all to?
Well, I had that in the back of my head, right? But those type of thoughts is what holds us back for opportunities.
Oh, you're right.
You feel me?
Fear,
So
yes.
I'm like, no, forget that. I want to see with my own eyes, catch it with my own cameras, and express the truth with my friends that are here with me, right? And that's the element that we took. So we went in there and filmed those kids and actually taught the kids. We actually played with the kids, you know what I'm saying? And understand, like, this is what they go through. So we're not just like, oh, we're just filmmakers capturing the moment. No, let's live it.
I hear you.
You know
Immerse
what I'm
yourself
saying?
into it, not just document.
What about you, Yanni?
Yeah.
What's the best thing or your most favorite set you've ever taken?
You know what? I was just talking with Trey in the parking lot. I feel like, because I just shot a wedding yesterday, and I have about like 5 weddings under my belt. And I just think I enjoy shooting the weddings. I love, and a wedding is like the pinnacle of love.
Yeah.
And the fact that people value your work or appreciate your eye, that they're willing to hire you to document such a special moment in their life. So I have to say all the weddings that I've had the honor of shooting have been definitely one of my highlights from the sense of photography.
I love them.
Or the
Man.
lens, I should say, from the lens of photography.
And people like that are very extraordinary because those events only happen once.
Lord willing, right?
Mine are a little different. My favorite, like, because I always like taking pictures of archaeology, like the arrowhead and stuff. But my favorite pictures actually are the ones that accidentally occur. Like when a bird flies in the picture and you just get it just right and the wings are perfect. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And
Had
it
that fast shutter speed.
It makes
Yep,
you feel good. When a picture makes me feel good, that's when I'm like, all right, that's why I'm doing this.
Definitely. And I encourage you, Robert, and we talked about this morning, but I mean, you were talking about it in the parking lot as well. It's time to dust the camera back off. I know. Dust it back off, brother. For real,
Oh man, yeah, it is definitely a skill that everyone should try because we all got a phone now.
Totally.
Yeah.
No
100%.
excuses. That's where we started. And then hearing how you started on your iPad.
Bro.
That's you know how I say you run with your brun. You set sail with the ship that you have.
Yeah.
And if it's that camera, your cell phone, go ahead and use it. People are literally doing movies off a camera phone.
Yeah.
I had a
Absolutely.
My first camera was a Canon Power Shot.
Yeah.
That was I think cost like $250 or something, and that thing lasted me like at least 4 years, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
nothing
On the tip of traveling, because you were sharing when we were in the green room about your trips to the Amazon. So if you could share about a few of the other countries that you had got to visit.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you just mentioned before Brazil. So been out there for like 10 days. South Africa.
Hunting anacondas and crocodiles, or
Well, close.
Or be
There was the event I may tell later that I almost met the anaconda himself.
What?
Yeah, but
Is this a snake story or what's going on here?
no, there was someone who was a snake in the story. Yeah.
the worst kind.
A
The
human
ones
one?
that could talk.
Yeah. Oh man.
Right in front of my face. Oh my God.
How
But
you
yeah.
doing today, sir?
Oh my God, you're making my blood boil right now. But yeah, over there, and then Johannesburg, South Africa, Kenya, Africa, and Iceland. Iceland was the first country.
What's an ice? What, like volcanoes or what?
Freedom.
Freedom.
I watch videos from expats that actually African American expats that live in Iceland and Reykjavik, I believe is
Yep,
the
Reykjavik, yep.
you know, and their experience, and they talk about that sense of. But that's kind of anytime you leave America or United States of America, there's a sense of freedom, and you don't feel the oppression and just outward racism. How you feel?
Correct. But for the land itself, in Iceland in particular, I felt really free. Like just in nature. Like you can travel 8 hours from Reykjavik up to the northern ends of Iceland, pull over at any time and just go for a walk. You can explore the land however you like.
Beautiful.
You know, and it's
Beautiful.
just so amazing to me that you're literally look at what could be Jurassic Park. You're literally what could be like a whole new world, you know? And you can really take advantage of that because you would think there's a lot of people here. No, majority of that land is owned by nature. And it's just such a breathtaking moment.
I believe you.
Until you smell the water. But the thing of it all is, at the end of the day,
Does it smell like
it
sulfur?
it smells like boiled eggs
Yeah.
up in there. Oh my God.
Definitely. I
Yeah.
believe.
When I tell you I bought a lot of baby wipes that week, man, I was like, hey, yo, I'm glad my girl ain't around me. I'm glad it's just me and my bro because this ain't it.
I hear you. She might think it was you. Yeah. It's the water, babe.
Did they
The water.
have a McDonald's in Iceland, or
They had
what?
they had a Domino's, but the Domino's cheaper, but it tastes cheaper. That's for sure. Oh my
I was
god!
just thinking egg McMuffins because
There
you
you
know
go.
those are.
But the people out there,
Smells like McDonald's over
Yeah,
here.
like you know when Eric's had an egg McMuffin in here, that's for sure.
oh my god! But I would say that people were very welcoming out there too, man. Oh my god, I love the people out there. So nice, so peaceful, and you didn't felt like you were treated like a tourist. It felt like, okay, we know you're new. Welcome. We'll teach you the ropes here.
Did they like give you an axe and?
No. I wish they did, but no. What they did though, they did bring some, like, you know what you use for the glaciers where you hook on.
Oh, okay.
Ice pick.
Oh yeah, because we were about to climb some of the mountains, man. Like we were driving, it was all green. Next thing you know, an hour later, it's all desert like. Then suddenly you're in the glaciers. Like it happens that fast, all in a 1 day span.
I believe you.
Yeah,
I believe you.
I'm like, okay, I might have to climb my way up out of here on this
There
one.
you go, because they have a lot of hot springs and stuff over there as well.
Yeah.
South Africa.
South Africa, Johannesburg. We were there for 10 days shooting a film. The short film was about 3 women learning to be leaders in their own elements, fighting oppression. And so we were helping our production team with that, as well as my friend James and I, who helped sponsors a lot of these trips. We were also showing our own prospects of like, okay, well, what it's like to live out there. We want to make sure we are our own main characters while we're out there and exploring the land. And it was an amazing journey. The people and the infrastructure up there is up to date, you know, and we're there to eliminate the stereotypes.
That's
you know,
beautiful.
yeah, because there are things out there that have impoverished land, just like any country in the world.
Comparisons to other parts of Africa you've been to, it's more modern. You're saying?
Well, I will say Kenya and Johannesburg are equally powerful.
Because the reality is that Africa has way more metropolitan hubs than this country does.
Absolutely.
But the false narrative that's often perpetuated in this country is nothing but shanty towns. No, you have business centers, you have industrial development more than this country has, but they don't highlight that, right?
Right.
And some traditional too. Like one of my favorite things to do in my off time is get on Google Earth and go to countries and go in the back, like, and really look for circular huts and things like that. So the history still there, like vibrant.
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah. We're in Kenya. They actually preserve these lands, these areas where our wild animals are still roaming the land as is. And then there's people who live amongst the land. Like there's a tribe that have a hard time pronouncing their name, so I'm not going to butcher it now. But they will go out sometimes and they have to wear bright red outfits because when they go out, they are encountering live lions, elephants, like. That is part of their culture out there.
It's there. They're there.
Yeah, you can be at a 7-Eleven getting a Slurpee, and then 2 miles down the road, dressing all red, avoiding lions.
And yet I just look like a lamb chop.
The white meat. Yeah. Or the other white meat.
Man, they were like, this is gonna be good.
Let me get that toothpick real quick. Yes, sir.
That makes me think of the joke my dad used to say. You hear some of the pastors say it as well. There was a man that was out there in the jungle and he was about to get attacked by a lion, and he's like, Lord, if you could save my life, and just come save my life and show me that you're real, and so the lion runs up on him, and then the lion stops. And then the lion looks up and then says a prayer.
I'm real. Time to go.
The Lord is real. Thank you for the meal.
Yeah, thank you, Lord. Exactly.
Lions gotta eat too.
Yeah, just make sure it ain't you. That's
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So and one Brazil, what was the point of the Brazil filming? Really?
So Brazil, we wanted to explore the Amazon rainforest. That was the main objective. So we wanted to spend a couple of nights out there and not follow the tourist route. We do not want to do anything that tourist people do. For the show fact that we want to be seen as true documentaries in the field of videography and production, filmmaking. So what happened was we get there, and I'll make the long story short for time purposes. We found what we thought was a good advocate for our journey. He was going to take us in the Amazon rainforest. How are 2 African Americans going to take their behinds into the rainforest is beyond me. Why are they going to do that? You know what I'm saying? But that's unique. That's to get that perspective.
Definitely.
And to explore what could be invisible tribes that are not publicized out there. But we want to be the first to explore that, to bring something new to the United States culture, right? The problem was that the guy that we had became a freaking snake and utilized our money for drugs and alcohol.
Oh, man.
So we kept spending more money thinking we were taking it to the next level, only to find out that when we gave him the last bits of our money we had at the time, we were on our way to set up camp in the Amazon rainforest. He makes the boat driver so mad that he got confused of where he was going, and the boat got caught in the fishing lines.
Whoa.
Which jammed the propellers and got us to be stuck, not in the Amazon rainforest, but the Amazon River.
Hey, that's just as dangerous. It might be even more dangerous.
Was there piranha and stuff?
There were piranhas there, you know. Everything was out there. They see eyes of the anacondas because it was night. It was nighttime. They had to.
my!
Yeah.
No,
I would have crapped myself.
Yeah.
We just got caught in the middle of the Amazon River at night.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh my God, I think the propeller is broken." James, what do we go to do? I'm like, "Bro, this is your fault. This is your fault.
What are we going to do?
What are we going to do?" And at that moment, I knew I had to go all off on this guy. Plus, my ankle got hurt in the process when the boat suddenly jammed itself.
Yeah.
So all I saw was red, and I just went in. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Blah, blah, blah. I was just going in. I didn't hear nothing. All I said was, "Get us on land." That was it. You know? So all that to simply say was that was our main objective. But then we suddenly adapted to go to Rio, to go to these other countries within Brazil, to study how African slaves were being transported from Africa to Brazil to ship to the United States. A totally different perspective that we didn't foresee, but God allowed it to be.
Amen.
You feel me?
Because a lot of people are unaware of when the slave trade happened. There was way more of the African diaspora dropped off in South America than North America.
Yes.
But many people don't do that, and I'm trying to lead some stuff to make sure that we're connecting with the African diaspora around the world. With our brothers and sisters down in South America, our brothers and sisters in the motherland. We're everywhere, and just connecting and building that economic network that we need to uplift our people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the people are beautiful out there.
Amen.
Amen.
Beautiful.
Amen.
So, I hate to pivot, but I want to know a little bit about your event that you did at the museum. Just a tiny bit.
Definitely.
Yeah, go ahead.
And we'll close with that.
Okay.
But I do have one question for you, brother,
okay.
because I know that, and we kind of alluded to it earlier. I've seen some amazing celebrities that you've documented and done some videos and stuff for. How's that experience being in that echelon? And then I imagine you're seeing the people that got the R1s and the R3s with the $10,000 lens. There's a whole other level of photography equipment, man.
Yeah.
How's that experience been?
It's cool.
I bet it is.
Yeah. But on the real though, it's like I feel like it's normal because I don't see myself as a fan. I don't see myself as a shooter. I see myself as part of them.
There you go.
I see myself as a celebrity to become one day, earning my keep in the space, right? I see them as friends, not business partners. Not necessarily business partners, but just like a business grab.
There you go.
You feel me?
I hear you.
And they'll see that anyways.
100%. Yeah. So I lead first into like, bro, I just want to connect with you and just build a relationship with you. That is it. The relationships first, business will come after,
Yes,
right?
indeed.
So to answer your point, man, it's been a blessing, but it's also a lot of learning lessons along the way. It's a whole new political game when working with these celebrities, man. You think you're doing something right, you get pulled to the side. It's like, you may not want to say that, or, ooh, you were talking to that person for too long. It is very, very particular, and can often be emotionally driven at times, right?
I hear you.
We're just like, I don't really like that, but I mean, this is the industry I chose to be a part of, right? So this allows people like me to see, okay, well, let me lead with discipline and logic
There you go.
to not let these emotional decisions get into the weight of things, so I can build these relationships beyond just the business.
Definitely.
So it was fun. I worked with briefly with Megan Good and Jonathan Majors, Corey Callier, people of that nature. It's just been a one of a kind journey, and I just seen them as friends.
That's cool.
You know,
That's
so
cool, man.
I'm looking forward for more opportunities, and I need to do a redo shot of Nick Cannon. He got away with from me. I gotta get him again. You know,
There you go.
You're on my bounty list, Nick Cannon.
There you go. Before the next kids come. You know?
How many is he at now? Or
You know,
Lord knows.
he has a strong legacy.
Yes,
and,
he's
and he
definitely-
takes care of him.
he's
So
gonna
that's
have-
that's the main thing. You can have as many as you can want if you could afford them, because the great philosopher Michael Jackson said, if you can't afford the baby, if you can't feed the baby, don't have the baby.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Right now it's Nick Cannon and NBA YoungBoy. Who's gonna have the most babies? Come on.
That's for real. But you know what? On that tip, we used to have, and many cultures that, or ethnicities, I should say, in this country, used to have big families because it was necessary to have the hands to farm, to all the physical labor that we had to do to provide for your homestead or your house or whatever the case may be. A lot of people used to have big families, and some people still have 5+ and stuff like that, but it's not like how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah, and also contraception just wasn't as good.
The old sheep lighting didn't kept busting on me, man.
We have learned and improved. Yes, sir.
Well, definitely. To answer your question, Robert, it was a wonderful experience for my mother and I to showcase some of our books and our family's books. It was really beautiful. We sold probably about 15 books. You know what I mean? Had them.
And you had your mom's book?
Yes, my mom's mother, my grandma Leila Franklin, my mom's mom. We had her book there, her novel called Woodland. And what's amazing about that book is it had some prophetic messages in there, right? Because in the Woodland story, my grandma writes about how one of her grandchildren would end up going to Harvard. And that actually came to manifest it with, shout out to my cousin Fayola Fears. That's her maiden name. I forget her. I think it's Austin. My bad, bro.
I got you.
Yeah, but anyways, my cousin ended up getting a full ride scholarship to Harvard, and then long story short, she ended up graduating. Now she's a doctor, right? So that came to fruition from that novel that my grandmother Leila Franklin wrote. You can find this book on Amazon. Woodlands is a powerful story.
What year did she write it?
Oh man, she had wrote it before I even got here, and she had it, and it never was published until. I want to say she was getting close to her passing, and or I think she had passed.
That's an amazing legacy, though.
Yeah, the family came
yeah.
together to put the book together, to edit. Shout out to my cousin Carmen. That's the daughter, Fayola Fears. That's her mother, my cousin Carmen. She used to work for the Library of Congress back in the day. She's retired now. But she put the book together, navigated that process. So that was awesome. We had our family cookbook that we've done. We've done different iterations of cookbooks throughout the years. We have a tribute, a collection of stories from different family members called Against the Tides.
How come we don't get to taste none of this food?
Yeah, what's going on with that, bro? Well, there's no food here.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about in this cookbook?
It's delicious meals, man.
Delicious meals isn't an answer.
No, the meals are in the green room, man. That's why. Yeah.
No, in the blue room.
What's your favorite recipe?
You know what? One recipe that's in there is my Aunt Shirley, God rest her soul. She used to make this like rice stuffing that had like it's almost like a dirty rice that she would use.
What you talking about, Beyond?
Willis.
That sounds incredible.
It was
Jesus.
delicious. There's so many. My Aunt Teresa caramel cake made some of the best caramel cake.
Caramel cake? Oh
Yeah,
my God.
man, that's the reason I got diabetes now.
Oh my God.
Caramel cake? All right, I'm here.
Yeah, right. He ready.
But definitely no. So it was a wonderful experience. Shout out once again to the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. Shout out to Lou for reaching out and asked me to be a part of it.
Nice.
How many authors were there overall?
There was probably about I want to say like 8 to 10 authors. Not everyone was able to be present that day.
Okay.
But it was just a good experience. People coming through. It seemed like every author was able to sell some of their books.
That's cool.
All the art that was displayed in there was by African American artists.
Nice.
In particular, it was just one beautiful sculpture and these two pieces that were made kind of like they have texture and stuff on the fabrics. They kind of pop out kind of 3D. And it was funny because I saw that it was mislet, but it didn't register. Then I see Miss Let walk in. I know her, right? She's a part of the Pomona NAACP out there, the Pomona branch. So I see her coming in, and I'm like, oh, hey, Miss Let, how you doing? Then I finally put it together. She's like, yeah, these are my pieces, and the sculpture is her husband's. It's my first time meeting her husband, Gary, and his sculpture is just fun. I forgot to take pictures of it. That's why I was telling my mom. I totally forgot because I was focused on engaging,
of
connecting. But beautiful, beautiful. But all the art in there is beautiful, and it's just a wonderful place. So if you guys have, it's very affordable to go to the museum, San Bernardino County Museum. The Black Renaissance display is there, and it's amazing art. And then after you view the wonderful art in there, check out the museum. Especially for us that grew up here, it's like going down memory lane because that used to be one of our
check out the polar bear,
yeah,
condor.
That used to be one of the main field trips for us back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait, hold on. There's a condor.
I
around
love
here?
going there.
Yeah,
I love seeing the exhibits.
Stuff.
The San Bernardino County Museum does a great job showcasing our cultures here in San Bernardino because we are, like we were saying, a giant melting pot of just about probably almost every culture on our planet.
I would say that you're probably in the ballpark.
Yeah.
We're probably behind like New York. Is
Yeah,
probably the only place.
Oh my God, yeah.
Just going by the food.
Or the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. Yeah. Oh yeah, you got
I love going to DC. I got to go a couple of years ago. It was beautiful. I love museums, and if you love museums, DC is where you want to be because I only got to scratch the surface. I got to go to one Smithsonian. It's like 10 of them. You know what I mean? And then there's all kind of other.
You need a week for each one too, man.
Man, there's so much in there.
And then you got some good brunch meals in between. Oh my God, the brunch spots.
Okay,
man, you got Green Street, L Street, J Street, whatever. Man, they got something over there, man.
And then they got the Chinatown too. You
Bro,
know what I mean?
oh my God, dude! I always get these boneless spare ribs and fries. I love it.
Oh man, that sounds good. And then DC, they're big on this thing called mambo sauce.
Yes,
it's kind of like a sweet ketchup or sour, like a sweet and sour sauce, something like sweet and sour sauce and ketchup mixed together.
Is that be in there too?
The DMV, you want to go right now? Let me get that plane ticket right now, bro.
Hopefully in the future, once you get that headlining movie and win those Oscars and Grammys, man, don't forget about us little guys. You know what I mean?
Stop, bro. Like, this is all love right here through this journey. I thank you for even having me tonight.
Thank you for coming through, brother. We greatly appreciate you. How can people find your works, and if they're looking to hire a creative strategist, and how can people get in contact with you and follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Trey G Riley, TREY_G_Riley, RILEY. That name is the same across all platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, you name it, and especially on YouTube, Bounty Hunter Media, where you get long-form content on where I educate and provide resources to better help photographers and creators.
Did you ever go head-to-head with the Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Not yet. But that's why I'm hitting the gym.
So
I'm getting ready for it.
I think he needs paparazzi now.
Definitely. Well, if you want to
keep him out of trouble,
catch up with that one, you might want to hit the cocaine.
Remember when he went down to Mexico and got arrested? That was so funny.
Oh my God.
I was not with him.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
But Eric was.
We got him.
AKA El Chapo over there.
Oh no.
But no, this has been a wonderful day. Thank you, brother, for blessing us with your presence.
Thank you for having me.
Your knowledge and insight of the photography, because we didn't even get into the gear conversation and all that. It was so much. We need a behind the scenes for the radio show. You know what I mean? Because our conversations outside and after the show are even more exciting. So you know what I mean? So definitely.
No, appreciate it.
Maybe that's why we don't want it. All right. Well, this is Robert Porter and Epiani Lockhart with the I Love San Bernardino County radio show, and we are. Yeah.
I'm a man who loves the blues. Day or night, I'm in the blues. Love the music, deep down soul. I'm walking and talking, living the blues. I'm a blues loving man. From my soul into your hands, music makes you wanna dance. I'm a blues loving man. I'm the sinner, I'm a saint, I'm the preacher, don't be late.
NBC News on